welcome to another quick video. Now, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I thought I'll sort of do a quick video on sort of what my thoughts are, but general sort of thing what I would chat about today is, do I miss full frame? Obviously it's been a couple of years now since I switched over to the Leica 4/3 system sort of properly with the OM-1, and you may or may not notice something through the video, but I'll sort of mention something at the end. But do I miss it? What sort of things, if I do miss it, am I missing about it? And is it something I consider going back to? But yeah, let's have a bit of a wander. We're in Hornsea at the moment. Incredibly bright lights, so maybe some sort of street style shooting. There's not a lot really can do with the sea because, frankly, it's just, well, it's very windy. It's very blue. That's about all I can say about it, really. It's certainly not very good for those sort of conditions. But have a bit of a wander around, possibly some street style conditions. It's lovely, bright, harsh light, which I think will work quite well for some high key sort of street style shooting. There's enough people here, it's not too busy. So let's have a wander, have a chat, and get some shots in. So a bit of history on sort of my use of full frame. Probably about 2019 I really started moving into the full frame setup with a Canon 5D. Basically started with a 5D Classic, very quickly moved to a 5D Mark II, which is still a fantastic camera, I must admit. Eventually moved to the 5D Mark IV. That, with the Canon 24-105L, was a brilliant setup. Got some great shots with it and used it a lot. But I was finding, especially that sort of time I had the accident at work, shoulder tendons and sort of arm tendons basically sort of took a beating, and anything heavy I was finding sort of, if I was using it for maybe 2-3 hours, about 5 or 6 hours afterwards I was in pain and I wasn't enjoying it very much. Especially if you're sort of going out on a big shoot, you've got your 5D Mark IV, you've got your 24-105. Normally carried the 70-300 with me, the Tamron L as well, the Tamron SP, they're equivalent to the L series lens. Big tripod because it's heavy, so you need the big stuff. Extra batteries, all the bits that went with it. I was finding it was absolutely killing me. And just on a whim, I thought, well, the Mark 4/3 is quite small. I'd watched James Pops this. He was using the Lumix G9 quite a lot. Really impressed with the stuff he was doing with it. I thought, I'll give it a try. So ordered up an OM-1 Mark I, 14-42 kit lens, and I was quite impressed. Going from the OM-1 Mark I, I then bought the OM-1 Mark II. That really introduced me to how amazing the stability is with Mark 4/3, more specifically the Olympus setup. And I found I was using that way more than the 5D Mark IV. I was enjoying the photography more, getting more shots, and essentially I found it quite liberating. It was more a case of my photography became fun again. And that to me was a very big thing. Because you're enjoying your photography more, well, essentially you get more shots. It does improve your photography. I used to find that, especially if I've got a bit of a hike to do, I'd find it a bit of a trudge. And by the time I got there, you could really tell in the photography it was very flat and bland. It saps your creativity. So having something nice and lightweight was really helping me out. So along comes the OM-1, and I checked the specs and ordered one straight away. Just a few months before it turned in, because it was the pre-release, but when it turned up, it just completely changed things. So much so that in a week or so, I just got rid of the 5D and all my full frame kit, essentially to try and fund the OM-1 a little bit more. And I'm so glad I did. It's taken me, what, 2 years now into the system, and frankly, I don't think I've actually had a position where I thought, oh, I wish I got full frame for that. Yeah, that will give me something a little bit better. The sensor in these little Micro Four Thirds cameras, yes, it's small, but it's very, very powerful, and it's something that you don't really sort of expect. You read in the press, Micro Four Thirds isn't good enough. It's dead. It's on its feet. You know, sort of just for a little bit more, and then you get another sort of run of cameras come out, and the people are still saying, "Oh, it's not as good as full frame." Yeah, you shouldn't be sort of investing in the system. I think they're completely wrong. So we're there. We've got with the OM-1 20 megapixel sensor in really, really nice dynamic range. It's maybe not quite as exact as the 5D Mark IV as far as the sort of the dynamic range goes, especially for low light, but it's not far off. It really is very, very, very close to sort of what I was getting with that. Yes, you're looking at different generations of camera essentially, but with all the features that are inbuilt with the OM-1 as well, I've not really felt the need that, you know, I've got to go out and sort of get full frame, because otherwise I'm not going to get this scene, or, you know, another classic, I'm not going to get bokeh with it. With this thing, you do. It's a very much a case of, as long as you compensate for what you're thinking about, yeah, it's not a problem. Say if you're using an f2.8 lens like I do with the 60mm macro, you can get stunning results, and you've got really sort of, you know, razor thin sort of depth of field on it, just like you would do with a full frame. You've just got to factor in that sort of little feature with, yeah, your depth of field is going to change a little bit, but that's just down to the physics of how big the sensor is and how it's coming in through the lens. Have I missed the effect of getting sort of massive bokeh from it? Nah, not at all. Yeah, maybe if you're doing that sort of style of photography, you would do, but yeah, it's not been a problem whatsoever. As far as doing landscape work, well, it's been absolutely astounding. I've actually got some of the best landscape images I've ever got using this handheld. Main reason being, I don't need a tripod anymore. Yeah, OM-1, you've got 8 stops of IBIS on it. We're using the Sync IS lens. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I can get 30-second exposures handheld, especially using the handheld assist with a little sort of graphic that shows you how it works. Yeah, I've never really had a problem with it. I mean, to be fair, I enjoy the system that much that I've actually just gone out and bought the OM-1 Mark II, which has got even better stability, some more features in camera as well, and so I'm sort of just out giving it a bit of a test drive. But do I miss my full frame setup? No, not one bit. I can now get out almost every weekend with the camera, not worry about sort of, oh, I'm going to be sort of racked with pain after doing this one. Yeah, I can do big mountain hikes, which I couldn't do before because just the weight of the system just held me back. Yeah. Yes, maybe in some, yeah, some little bits it would be nice to actually have, you know, the full frame sort of depth of field or sort of the light gathering capabilities. But with what we've got today, we've got really bright conditions, not really a worry. Last weekend I was actually over in the Yorkshire Wolds shooting the aurora using 5-second handheld exposures. And well, if you've not already seen the video, take a look. I'll pop a link sort of up above now and pop a link in the description. Take a look at the shots I managed to get from that. Yeah, absolutely astounding, and really, really sort of blown away with what I managed to get on a very, very, yeah, simple setup essentially. A 9mm non-stabilised lens with the original OM-1, getting those sort of shots, absolutely stunning. So all in all, I've not really felt the need to get back to full frame. Yes, there's an argument that full frame bodies now are compact and lightweight, but the lenses still aren't. Yeah, for doing what I'm doing, yeah, say for the 300 with the teleconverter on, that's 420mm, which is, yeah, quite reasonable. It's an 840mm equivalent on full frame. If I was doing a full frame camera with that, we'll be looking at, you know, probably somewhere around sort of the 2 kilogram mark just for the lens, plus maybe a little bit extra on that. You know, your bodies are still coming at around about 1 kilogram. They're still, you know, got a reasonable amount of heft to them on the Pro bodies. Yeah, that's still a lot more than I'm carrying around with the 300 on the teleconverter. So yeah, yes, maybe it is not the argument that it used to be that, yeah, the body's very compact, but the lenses are, and it makes a massive difference in weight. So yeah, it's something that you can't really discount, unfortunately. You're never going to get super compact, super fast lenses on full frame to the same level you're going to get on Mark IV thirds. It's just law of physics. The smaller sensor means you don't need that extra size of glass to project onto a massive sensor in the background. So yeah, that one I'm definitely very, very pleased about. But before I was sort of doing shots today, a lot of harsh lights, I'm doing a lot of shadows, little bits and bobs, picking the odd person out as the wandering by. So I've been putting a few in. Might do a couple of little bits of the plants as well as we're wandering around, because the light coming through, yeah, works quite well. I mean, there's actually a little sort of dandelion sat there, and I'll just take a shot now so I can sort of get a little bit of sort of bit of bokeh in the background, and I can demonstrate, yes, you can still get that if you're shooting at f4 on Mark IV thirds. Yeah, it's not the exclusive realm of a full frame camera. So I'll leave the video there. So I've rambled at you plenty enough, but yeah, in closing, yes, I'm sticking with Mark IV thirds. I won't be changing anytime soon. For me, it's about the lenses. They are astounding, and the bodies aren't bad either. But like I say, do a little bit of wandering now, just get back up to the front, get a few more shots. So I'll pop a gallery up now, and do go check out that aurora video that I did, just to see the shots. You'll see what you can get. I mean, I was walking around people set up with tripods, trying to set everything up properly, just hand holding everything, even sort of, you know, 12-shot panorama. It's absolutely ridiculous what you can do with the system, and yeah, frankly, I don't see any reason to change otherwise. But from a very, very bright, very, very breezy Hornsea, for a little bit of street photography in a sort of strange sort of way, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Take care.